JLRock, percent off collector, and we're here with another Transformers unboxing and review. And if you can't already tell by like how this looks, we're once again going back to AliExpress because I got to burn through my AliExpress backlog because I was stacking those coupons. I was making multiple accounts, man. I mean, look, you gotta do what you gotta do to get them deals, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Now, I wasn't really that sure about getting this. I have knockoffs of the G1, so I was cool with that, but I was like, you know what, I saw this for like 14 bucks plus I had like some coupons, and I ended up getting it even cheaper than that. So I was like, why not? Let's see if it's worth it, how it looks, and will it fit into your collection. All right, so I need them subs because we're almost at 500 and I'm trying to hit that number, so help a brother out with that because I'm gonna be bringing you the deals. But we'll be right back to open this bad boy up. Alright, so we're back with this Deformation. Usually, that's kind of like the number one way that you know like this is a knockoff. It isn't like, oh, is this a knockoff? I'm not so sure. When you see Deformation, that's what this is. And this is supposed to be much more accurate to the cartoon Grimlock. That's kind of why I was interested in it. I was like, okay. And I saw, you know, some of the official versions of the, I guess, cartoon accurate Grimlock, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then for the price, and especially since it was free shipping, even though the box got a little bit of damage, honestly, it's not even that bad for sometimes how AliExpress can be. But you can already see like how it looks. It looks like it should be sweet. Of course, we'll see. I mean, I really haven't had any real issues, even with knockoffs from AliExpress or Temu, but you never know. So you can see here they got what both modes look like, which look pretty sweet to me. So that's about it. So without further ado, let's open up this bad boy and see, does it actually live up, or will there be some sadness, disappointment, and tears? Well, it probably won't be tears, but I don't know. You never know. If it gets me likes and hits, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So I mean, it looks pretty cool, just the presentation so far. I'm liking it, except the head looks like it might be broke, but it could also just be the way it's laying, so we'll know about that in a second. Also comes with a decent transformation here, and it looks like it isn't too hard, just judging from the fact that it doesn't look like there's a million steps, but I'm still just gonna do the old YouTube magic to do that. So let's see. There's tape on the side. I was curious about that. I'm hoping that the head is just turned to the side. Maybe they figure it's less likely to receive damage like that. Alright, so it kind of fell out of there. He was trying to get out that package real bad. Alright, so let's see. I'm just going to check the head right away. Okay, so it looks like it was just laying to the side. I mean, we're going to go through accessories first, but I just wanted to check before we even began. I just wanted to know how this thing was going to go. Alright, so we're going to put this to the side, and we're going to look at the accessories. So we have this cool looking flame sword, which I have to say actually looks pretty sweet. I mean, obviously it's plastic, right? You know, like you would think it shouldn't be difficult to do something like this, but you never know. I mean, I've seen people mess up the most simplest things, but this actually looks pretty sweet. And I know that you can also remove this, right? Because yeah, you can remove it, so you can do the other flame effect from his mouth. So, I mean, that's cool. I mean, it gripped on nice. It came out and then came back on nice. So, that's good. Then you have the more traditional sword. Still looking sweet. I mean, that looks cool. Basic Grimlock. And then you can switch out. So, you have the hands here. So you got these grabby hands. So, it's like you don't... There's no other articulation on it. But it's still cool just to have these. And these feel well made. Looks good, right? And then you have the weapon here. You know, just basic, nothing crazy. So that's sweet too. Alright, so we're here for the figure. So let's just take a look. Let's zoom out a little bit. So just on its own, it has a good feel to it. Like, it has a good weight. Like, actually, I don't know, is this like a die cast? Because this feels like right around here. I think this is die cast. because the weight seems to be coming from here when I hold it. But I mean, it doesn't feel cheap, so that's always a good start. And like I said, this bot itself, I mean, the cartoon, you know, it wasn't like it was super detailed, especially for the animation and stuff. So you know, that's one of the things that I've just realized just testing things out with knockoffs, is that the less detailed and intricate it is, the more likely you're going to be happy with what you get. Because like if it's a G1, you know, the plastic and stuff, even the die cast back then, it's not like it's expensive now. So you're able to use those same materials and it's still economical in China. So the result is you actually will still get a decent knockoff of those figures. Where if it's something newer, there's more possible issues that can come from that. Even though I've got some Masterpiece knockoffs which turned out fine. So I have to say, I mean, just the look is sweet. I mean, I do like how, you know, obviously there's not gonna be like a ton of stickers on this. Like there's no added stickers, but just like people might see other things, you know, that has stickers on it, you're usually not gonna get any of that with any of the knockoffs. But I do like that at least with the legs it has that coloring, and it actually looks really nice. Yeah, I'd say it looks really good. You know, articulation wise, so you can see it already has fists on it, so it has the closed fists, so you got the extra ones. And it's kind of interesting like how this bends, because you see it's kind of like on a hinge, so like when you put it in, like you heard that, like it snaps in. So that's kind of interesting, but it still holds itself when you do have it out like that, which I appreciate, because, and I think that this is die cast too. No, this might be plastic, but to me it's just interesting that you have that movement there, and then of course the arm, and I have to say it's a smooth movement. Like this feels actually really good, like when you make that move. And you can see once you stretch this out, you have the hands down there, and then of course like the feet, I mean, you don't really have any other articulation. I think this is part of the transformation. I guess you can kind of do a turn here, but I think that's part of the transformation. And then the legs have the same type of hinge. Like, let me see. Yeah, you see that there? So it's the same thing, but again, it holds, at least for now, you know, it holds wherever it places, and then you get that snap in. That's nice. And again, the movement of the actual leg, like, it's a nice smooth movement. So I mean, I have to say, like, just so far so good. Of course you can turn at the waist, full turn. You can turn at the hip, looks like almost pretty much all the way around, or almost all the way around. So that's cool. Doesn't look like it turns at the knee, which that's not a problem. So, and like I said, we already got the rotation with the shoulders. Of course you can do that so you can see underneath. I think that's part of the transformation though, so I guess that's not really it. I guess it's really just like up and down, because out is part of the transformation. So the head, like I said, wasn't broken, so that's cool. I mean, it's interesting, there's no additional head, but I mean, you technically could swap that with that little peg. That's like just your basic little peg that you see. Now, yeah, in the back you got the kibble, basically, because basically got like it's almost like a Grimlock hood. Just like, it's like you have a hoodie and then you like put the hoodie down, and with the arms too, which is kind of funny because it's like, it's kind of interesting. I'm surprised they didn't try to make these into like more shoulder pads, but you could technically do like some kind of weird thing where it's like that, where it's like you got his arms in the back. So that's kind of interesting. I also like that it's kind of like that clear type plastic for the glasses. Well, I guess visor would be the thing. So of course, when you lift this up, then you have holding the swords. So the thing is that since these holes are smaller, you're not really going to be able to fit any other weapons in that slot, just because these are just smaller fists than some of the other Transformers, even of the same size. So that seems to be the only thing that's kind of like, huh, that's interesting. Where it's like you can't really switch out too many weapons. Now the arm did come out pretty easy when I was pulling on the sword, but I guess that's a good opportunity to just switch this out so you can see there. I mean I did give it a good pull. So it's not like this is just dropping out or anything. And like, let me see. I mean, you got the rotation here at that elbow. I mean, turning it doesn't weaken it or make it just want to fall out. So that's cool as well. And then you also can fit his gun here. Oops. That is the thing though. If you put some pressure on this while fitting, oh, I had it backwards. This one seems like it's not made for him to be hollow. Like it looks like it's just too small, like barely. Oh no. Huh, so that could just be a thing where maybe it was the way it was constructed, it was just a little bit, maybe need to be shaved down slightly. So I mean, so you see, that's fine. So, oh, I have the wrong side of the hand, but whatever. So yeah, so he can hold all the weapons, and that looks sweet. So I have to say that, you know, this is not bad at all. I think it looks cool. You know, you can pose it. I mean, the back is kind of funny, but not a big deal. It has decent articulation. I think it actually looks cool. I like the effects and everything that came with it. But of course, now we have to see what it looks like in dinosaur mode, because I mean, so far robot mode, I give it a pass with that. So we're good with that. So we're going to transform this bad boy into the Tyrannosaurus Rex and see what we see. Actually, one more thing before we transform. I want to show what it looks like with one of the G1 knockoffs of Optimus Prime. So I know some people are asking about scaling on some of the other reviews, so I thought I'd bring him out. So this is also a knockoff of G1 Optimus Prime. So I wanted to see like how he looked, and I think it's decent. I know like Grimlock's supposed to be like, you know, their own thing and all that, but in the cartoon it's like they were built by the Autobots. So I actually think it's fine that Grimlock is a little bit smaller than Optimus Prime. So I actually think it scales well. I mean, let me know what you guys think about how it looks compared to like a G1 Optimus Prime. But with that said, now we'll go on and see what Grimlock looks like as a dinosaur. All right, and here he is in dinosaur T-Rex mode. And I have to say, it does not look bad. The transformation wasn't that difficult. I think like you kind of run across this. I mean, it could be anything, but I do notice that sometimes with the ones that are more full knockoffs, sometimes it's harder to get all the parts to look like they really all fit together. And I noticed that. I watched actually a couple of different transformation videos because, you know I make mistakes. But sometimes you'll get some of these little gaps. But I do see people say that after a while you transform it back and forth, it fits together. But I don't think it's anything egregious, so you can go in a little bit closer. But I have to say, I really like the look of it. Like, it really does have that cartoon look to it. And I like the fact that there's a lot of color and like decals and stuff already on it. And I mean, literally, you know, a few more stickers, like an Autobot sticker or something, and you're good. Like, I could see like down here, I mean, I think this was more me, but you see that's an example, like how the legs will be like a little bit apart there. The tail looks a little bit weird, but I think part of that is because it has articulation in the tail. So you can see here, you know, like you got some movement of the tail. So I mean, that's kind of cool, but I also admit it kind of makes it look kind of weird. And then also, you know, you can move the arms. Arms a little loose, but nothing crazy. I mean, you can rotate all around, you can bend it, you can actually turn at the claw. So I mean, that's cool. You know, and the legs, you're not gonna get crazy movement, you know, because obviously T-Rex, but I mean, again, same smooth movement that you had before. So I have to say that's pretty sweet. And then of course, like I was saying, with the flame effect, so you have that there right in the mouth, fits on it, and then boom. And I mean, I think that's sweet. Oh, I was like, what's happened to him? He's like, oh, it's hitting the back of the thing there. So I think that's sweet. That little added effect is sweet. I'm pretty sure the gun also, is it here? I'm looking to see if there was another way. I mean, I know that's not really how it fits, but I thought there was something else I could do with that. I mean, it looks like, no, oh well. I mean, that's kind of funny actually to me. I mean, it's definitely not how it's supposed to be, but I think that's just hilarious. But yeah, so I mean, I have to say it looks really sweet. I mean, like obviously this is gonna be like, for me, it's gonna be either just, you know, transform into one or the other for a while. And I have to say I like both versions, which I'm actually pleasantly surprised, especially since you know, it's a knockoff. But I mean, it feels great, and transforming it, I didn't feel like anything was gonna break. I didn't feel like anything was gonna fall apart. So I think it's really awesome. And I think the most important thing, especially if you're going down that road of knockoffs, and I'll put the link to AliExpress, but I got mine, I think, for $12. I think it's still, you can still find it for about 15, 16. And that's with free shipping, by the way. I'll put the link, but that's not bad. Like, even if 15 bucks, I think that this is really nice for 15 bucks. I think it looks cool. The accessories, being able to swap out the hands, looks cool in robot mode, looks cool in dyno mode. I love that flame effect. The colors look nice. I mean, if you have stickers, you could throw on a couple extra stickers. But I mean, honestly, just how many colors there are already on it, like the design around here, it's like, just get an extra close before we close so you can just see. I mean, it just looks nice all around. Like, I don't see like just the normal paint mess ups or sculpt mess ups that you normally might see, and that could be because this is just a simpler design or whatever. But hey, I think it's cool, and you know, that's enough for me. And I think, no, I thought, oh yeah, you can. So I was like, yeah, I thought you could turn the head. So you can turn both the head and both jaws. So lower and upper jaw move, and you can turn the head. So I mean, that's as well. So altogether, I say that this is a really good buy. I say that, you know, if you're looking for just more of a cartoon version of Grimlock, and you know, you don't mind waiting, I think it only took like 2.5, 3 weeks for it to get here. I always say get the one with the box, because I think it's literally like $2 more to get the box, and it just provides extra protection. I think without the box, they still send it pretty wrapped up in bubble wrap. But I mean, if you're really complaining over $2 difference between box and no box, then maybe you shouldn't be buying this anyway. But I say get it with the box, and you're more likely to not have any issues with it arriving. So I definitely think this is a excellent Transformer knockoff to my collection, and I think it'll be an excellent addition to yours. Hey, thanks for checking out the channel, and if you like what you've seen, please consider giving us a like, comment, a sub, all that stuff. It really helps the algorithm as we try to make a push to reach out to more collectors that, like me, like to get that discount. Because you know how I say, no discount, no deal. Alright, catch you later.